What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So at this point where we are, I would say it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility for anybody to be concerned if you're a Clippers fan about going into this season. Clippers fans should be concerned going into this season because as of right now, Kawhi Leonard has not played any preseason games. More likely he's not going to. And on top of that, it's a question from what I'm hearing whether he's even going to start the season now, because him rehabbing the knee, they're just basically making sure the strength in his knee is right and doing strengthening conditions and things like that. And he hasn't even touched the floor or even, got any contact on the floor from any of the players because he hasn't been out there. And then you have Mo Bamba, who they think might not be able to make the season opener as well. So, I mean, even though he's a new acquisition, but that's still a big body. That's still somebody who can contribute in ways that, others on the team can't, because he's a big body. He's a rebounder. He can move very well. And he's a big man who can score a little bit as well. So, I mean, I don't want to take that from his game either, but that's still a piece that they're trying to implement into their offense and into their system, if you want to say they have a system, to, help make their team be the best they can be. And with him just being the new acquisition and, not being able to possibly make the season opener, that's disappointing, because you want all those guys specifically, along with Kawhi Leonard, of course. You want everybody to be on the floor. But, I mean, all your role players definitely need to, play as well, because they don't have no chemistry, no camaraderie with this team yet. They haven't played with none of these guys yet. So, I mean, it's a learning experience for them. So they really need those guys there also. But my point being is, more so focusing on Kawhi, this is going to be a very concerning / weary, confusing season possibly, because, we don't know how many games Kawhi is going to play this year specifically. I don't know, even if Kawhi is healthy enough to play 68 games like he did last year, are they going to allow him to play 68 games? Simply because he wasn't ready for the playoffs last year. Maybe they feel like they overworked him. And then now this secret little, knee operation that he had in the offseason, You hope that he could stay healthy, but it's like the signs are going to the left instead of to the right, and it just doesn't look, very, very promising. So I understand if anybody thinks differently. And to me, myself, I'm kind of wary about it a little bit, because I expect Kawhi to play when he's ready. I expect Kawhi to play when he's healthy. But the only problem is when he's healthy, you know what I mean? And I definitely understand that. And that's my guy. Kawhi is my guy. Always has been, always will be. But at the same time, health and your availability is the biggest key. And that's what, teams need when they acquire superstars. They need them to be there. They need them to be accountable. They need them to be the leader. And they need them to be in the forefront of the team and lead the team, to possible championship, opportunities. And Kawhi can do that if he's healthy, but starting off the season like this doesn't really give a lot of Clippers fans a lot of hope, especially now that you're down Paul George, which I'm not too big on that myself. You've heard me, spew my comments about it, if you want to put it that way. But at the same time, they're still missing a 20-plus point scorer, and you're going into the season without possibly Kawhi Leonard starting the season. And who knows if he'll start the first or second game. It's really kind of like up in the air at this point, and that's not a good sign, because, like I said, this team can't really have no setbacks now, because now that you're missing a 20-plus point scorer, star player in Paul George, and you're looking to try to get that, collectively through other players on the team, it's just going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And then, you hope James Harden stays up. And then, technically they still got to kind of make up for Russell Westbrook too, even though Russ wasn't like the superstar that he once was. But with the Clippers, he gave them a different dynamic in regards to somebody being able to run the floor and have everybody, run the offense a lot quicker. Because sometimes that half court basketball is good, but it really actually slows down momentum sometimes, especially during the regular season. Half court basketball is a lot better in the playoffs rather than the regular season because you're playing different teams and you're really trying to, just go from night to night and trying to, get as many wins as you can and stay as, injury free as possible. In the playoffs, you're trying to stay injury free also, but I mean, you're strategically strategizing a lot more to take this team out, the opponent out that you're facing, because you have to face them several times in a 7-game series to knock them off to move on to the next. So, as I said before, having somebody like Russ who can push the pace, give them a different dynamic in regards to another playmaker on the floor, passer, maybe not much of a scorer, but that's still somebody who gives, a different look. He gave the Clippers a different look when he stepped on the floor and a different type energy when he stepped on the floor. So, I mean, you're missing that energetic type playmaker who can come in the game and, make changes in that regard. So, I mean, you got to make up for him too. So, I mean, offensively, they have two guys specifically they have to make up for, and both of those guys are gone. And you're going into the season not knowing whether Kawhi is going to be healthy enough to play the first 1 or 2 games. And you hope that he comes back, or he comes back soon enough to get a rhythm so the team won't possibly lose, games that they probably would win if Kawhi is there and healthy. Now, I do think they do have a pretty good, roster overall, as I said before, and I think they could surprise some people going into this season, but that's only if Kawhi is healthy and if James Harden is not as turnover prone as he's been in years past. Those two things are very, very key for this team in regards to their future and what they're trying to accomplish. And we'll just have to see exactly, how that pans out. But I don't like what I'm seeing in regards to the Kawhi situation. And I just hope that he can stay healthy. That's the only thing I can really tell you guys at this point. I hope he stays healthy because, I mean, if he doesn't stay healthy, I mean, where does his career go from here? You know what I'm saying? With this team, you know what I'm saying? Now, I said before, if he does stay healthy and, they can, make some moves or something like that, maybe trade deadline or maybe this next offseason, maybe they'll keep Kawhi Leonard. But if he does stay healthy and they don't make no moves, I think he's going to leave. Or I think he's going to potentially think about leaving. So the Clippers they're stuck in a peculiar situation. They really need another star player, but their number one star player is injury prone, and he's the only one they really got that they feel like they can rely on to get them where they need to go. But it's going to be more onus on him and his knees without the help that he had and the assistance he had last year. So it's like I still think the team could be good, as I said before, with Kawhi being healthy. We'll just have to see how it goes and how it pans out. And we just got to hope that Kawhi finds a way to stay upright and going into this season and then, maybe rest enough, go into the playoffs and, see what happens.